Assalamu alaikum. This is the next video in the series of learning Arabic Qaida, which helps in learning to read Quran. So in the last video we covered various forms of letters which they take when they join each other and form a word. So now in this exercise we are going to see how those different shapes look like when they join together and form a word. So let's get started. The first letter you see on the right is Alif. It will be like this when it is in the beginning of any word as a standalone. If it is at the end of any letter, end of any word, then it will normally join the preceding letter, as you can see here in this case. So this is Ba Alif. Alif is something which comes at the end, and it looks like this when it's at the end. So this is Ba and Alif, and we'll get to it in a moment. So after Alif we come to Lam Alif. So I will show you how it looks like. So I will try to write it like so: Lam plus Alif equals to, so you remember that it will look like some part of Lam like so, and then an Alif on top of it. That is Lam Alif. It could also look like the one which is shown here, which is a more beautiful form. So this is Lam, and then you do like this. So this is just a beautiful form, Lam Alif. And I would actually cover another Lam Alif which is here. So sometimes you will see Lam Alif like so. So here is Lam and Alif. So this is just a shape which you must know. Just remember by heart that this is always going to be Lam Alif. Alright, another Lam Alif which appears in this video or on this page, on this exercise page, is this one. So this is also something which you must know, that this is Lam, and then the Alif comes something like so. Like so. So this is Lam Alif. I will write it again like so, and the Alif comes from the back side and then it joins like this, Lam Alif. That is exactly what you see here. So these are different forms of Lam Alif. Alright, so we have covered Alif, we have covered this Lam Alif, we have covered this Lam Alif. And remember, I'm not going to make any sounds of the combined word right now, because most of these words here, they don't mean anything, and there's no pronunciation whatsoever for now, because there can be many different pronunciations, and I'll come to that why I'm saying this. But let's go through this. This is Ba Alif, and how it's written is that the full form of Ba looks like this, plus Alif, and you can write it so as you can take first part of Ba and then you can have Alif like so. So in a fluent way of writing, you will actually write like this, Ba Alif, or you can also stretch it a bit for beautification reasons, like so, Ba Alif. So this is this Ba Alif here. This small little crook or a corner like here, this is just beautification. It is not necessary, and you will come to know through practice. Alright, then we come to this Lam Alif, which I have already covered. It is here, Lam Alif. And then comes this Lam, which is just a standalone Lam, so that needs no explanation. This is Lam Alif, which I've shown here. This is how it's written. So lam, lam, and then alif comes from the back and then joins like this, lam alif. Alright, so you just have to practice and say these alphabets the way I'm saying them, and try to recognize these letters. Next comes lam ha. So let me explain here. This is lam and ha, and it looks like this. So lam comes from the top, and then lam comes from the top, and then it joins ha like so. This is lam ha. So it can take different in different ways of writing. It might look a little bit different, like in a more beautiful form it would probably come like so, and then it will attach to ha. As you can see, this part here, this looks like lam. If I cut it off here, it looks like first part of lam. So it is lam ha. Alright, so we have covered lam ha. Let's move on to lam alif, which we have already covered here. Now comes ba, lam, ba. This is important, and that's why I said that there is no pronunciation for these words, because how would you pronounce it? Is it balaba? Is it balab? Is it bilabi, or whatever? Or there could be different ways to pronounce it. So without the directions of movement on each individual letter, we would not know how to pronounce it. So we are focusing on just the sound. So this word here can be broken down into ba. I'm sorry, this was supposed to be equals to, okay, ba, lam, and another ba. And this is a good example because it shows two forms of ba, one in the beginning and one at the end. So in the beginning, ba would be like this, and lam would normally connect to any word like so. And then there's the ba at the end would look like so. So you see, ba, lam, ba. If I write it in proper way, it would be ba, lam. This is lam. It shows that this is a lam, and then you write a ba. So ba right here, lam right here in the middle, and then ba, a full ba at the end. Alright, so this is ba, lam, ba. This letter is kaf. We have already seen this in the previous video. This letter is also kaf. So now comes some combinations with this kaf and ba. So here are these two combinations, and I'll distinguish them for you. This is kaf plus ba. That equals first part of ka, which is like so. You see here, this is the first part of ka, if I cut it off here. And then you join it with ba. It looks like this. So in a proper form, it would be kaf and then immediately joined with the ba. Kaf ba. So this letter, this word here, kaf ba, is shown here. The next word is also kaf ba, which is this kaf plus ba. So this is just a different way of writing kaf, and when it's written like this, it can show up like so, kaf, and this mark would actually be here, and then ba, and it would look like so, kaf and ba. So you don't need to pick up your pen or pencil when you're writing until the word is complete, and then you so-called dot the I's and cross the T's. So here I write this kaf ba, right? So this was kaf ba. Let's move forward. Alright, then is kaf alif. So there are two forms of kaf alif I see here. One is this one and the other one is this one. So I will write both forms. This is kaf plus alif, and it will look like so. Like so. So this is very similar to the Urdu way of writing, which is like so, right? So this is a way. Kaf alif. Alright, the next word is also okay. This is kaf alif, which I've already shown you here, so that's the same. So we need to focus on the first form, so I will just write once more. So let's write once again. This is kaf alif. This part could be longer or shorter, it depends. So this is kaf alif. It looks like yeah, this part, but it is not. This is kaf, so it's not a yeah. I'll cross it out here. Then another form of kaf alif, as you see on the screen on the right, is kaf alif, which is this one, and this is very easy. You just write like so, or another way of writing this is like so, kaf alif. And this is the way also which is used in Urdu, and I'm saying this only because my native language is Urdu, so I see many similarities. And just so you know, Urdu is a combination of languages, mainly Arabic, and then Persian, which is Farsi, and Hindi, and some English. So Urdu actually is a Persian word which means an army or a large group, and so it is a collection of languages actually. So anyhow, we are focusing on Arabic right now, so let's focus on Arabic, not Urdu. Okay, kaf alif, it was this one, and now we come to another compound word, which is ba, kaf and ta, and I'll show you first that how this is made. So ba plus kaf plus ta. So this becomes this word. So the first part of ba, and then kaf, and then ta. This is how it looks like. So I will join it all together. It will be ba, kaf, ta, dot, dot, strike. So this is ba, kaf and ta. Ba, kaf, ta. And the next is ta, kaf, tha. Alright, so this is, let me break it down for you. This is ta plus this kaf plus tha, and you have to pronounce these letters with correct sounds. You have to make the right sounds, so to speak. So this is ta, kaf and tha, And if you write them, so this is first part of ta, which is written like this, and then you write kaf with this sign on it, and then you write full tha, and this becomes ta kaf tha. Like so, right? So this was ta kaf tha, and now we go to next letter, which is just an individual letter, ba, which is a no-brainer. Then is ta, then is tha, and these are the individual letters we have covered in the previous videos. Noon, ya, ba alif. We have already covered ba alif here. So since this is an exercise for a student, so this will these combinations will be repeated in one way or the other. So this is exactly the same ba alif as you can see here, so no difference here. This is noon alif, and noon alif, let me write for you. So noon is like this, right? And alif like so. So when noon is written in the beginning, it takes this form which I've shown you in the previous video, and the dot of noon will come here. Sometimes it would be actually, it might also be here, but that's not necessary. You know, when there is one dot above this construct, then it is always going to be noon, because ba has one dot, but it is beneath, as you can see here. Ba has one dot, but that's beneath the construct. Noon has the dot above the construct, or if it is written full as an individual letter, then the dot appears inside it. So this is noon and alif, like so. Noon alif. So I'm going to rewrite it as fluently, noon alif, like so. It could also look like this, as it's written here actually, noon alif. So you see, sometimes I move the dot in the middle of this construct. Sometimes it will appear right on this small slanting this small little line upwards, which is vertical line. So it's the same, noon alif. Then comes ta alif. So let's write ta alif here. Ta and alif, and this is the first form of ta, the first part of ta when it's in the beginning of a word. So it looks like this, and the dots appear here, and then there is an alif joining it. And if I write it fluently, I would start with the ta and I would go up, and this is ta alif. So notice all these combinations so far normally have alif at the end, and alif looks like this when it is joined to a letter preceding it. Alright, so let's move to the next page. Right, so we have covered ta alif already. Let's do ya alif. So ya alif is like this. So this is a combination which is ya. You know, ya looks like this. It's the last letter of the Arabic alphabet plus alif, ya alif, and it takes this form. Whenever it's in the beginning of a word, it takes this form, just like ba or ta, but ta has the dots on the top and ya has the dots, two dots at the bottom, the same two dots which are shown here, they appear here. So ya alif, like so. So if I write it in one go, I'll start with the ya and go with an alif and put two dots here beneath. That means it is ya alif. Okay, so we have covered Ya Alif. Let's go to Tha Alif. The reason I'm spending this time on writing individual letter is just to help you understand how these look like. In later videos, I will not be writing each individual letter for each individual word for you, or bisecting. I will not bisect it. Anyhow, so Tha and Alif, it looks like so. Tha. So since Tha has 3 dots on the top, so its half form, which is the beginning form, takes 3 dots on the top, and then you join an Alif with it. And if I write it fluently, it would be like so. Tha Alif. Next is Ba Sin. So this is Ba and Sin. So Ba is in the beginning, so naturally Ba gets the first part, Ba, and then Sin is at the end. So whenever a word is at the end, it normally appears as its full form. So then we join it with Sin, Ba Sin. So now I'm going to write it in fluent way, which is I start from Ba and then I just join it with Sin, like so. So this is Ba Sin. Next comes Yasin. This one, Yasin. This is a combination of the letter Ya and Sin. And you guessed it, Ya is represented when it's in the beginning of the word, it's represented by this form with 2 dots at the bottom. And then Sin is at the end of the word, so it appears as its full form. So Yasin, if I write it fluently, then it would be Ya Sin, like so. Very good. Let's move on. Next is Noon Sin. So how do we know this is not Ba Sin and it's Noon Sin? Because Ba has a dot beneath it and Noon has the dot above it. So this is definitely Noon Sin. So this is Noon and then Sin, and it makes first part of Noon with 1 dot on the top and combined with a Sin, Noon Sin. And if I write it like so, Noon Sin. Very good. We have covered Noon Sin. Now we go to Ta Sin. So this is Ta joined with the Sin. It becomes the first part of Ta. Notice it's different from Ya because Ya has these dots here at the bottom. Ta has the 2 dots at the top, and then it's joined with a Sin, like so. And if I write it like in a fluent way, I'll write it like this, Ta Sin. So we have covered Ta Sin. Next comes Tha Sin. So let's do that. Tha and Sin. It becomes first part of Tha and Sin. So this is Tha Sin. Tha Sin. Notice when I wrote this first part of Tha here, it looks almost like this character. This is a character in this is a letter in Urdu. It's not in Arabic, so you don't need to confuse this one. All right, Tha Sin. Next is Tha and Jim. So this is interesting combination, Tha and Jim becomes, so if you notice here, this first part here, this is Tha and joined with the Jim. And this small little line here, which looks like so, this is just decoration. So we can actually just write the and we join it with Jim. And this will take the dots here and Jim here. So the way it's written here is something like this. It's the same. This small little line here, it doesn't mean anything, and normally you will not see it. So this is the way that you will see mostly. The and Jim is at the end of the word, so Jim appears in its full form. So now comes another interesting letter, which is ta and ha. This is a word, of course, ta and ha, combination of these two letters. Ta and ha becomes ta-ha. Let me write that again for you. So this is a small line here and then immediately joined with ha. And I know it's ha because it's completely empty without any dots, and the two dots belong here, which is actually the dots for ta. So this is ta and ha. You can write it like so as well, the first part of ta and join it with ha like so. This is also a way, but all of these are just different ways of writing. So this was ta and ha. Now comes noon kha. So how do we know that these two dots are two different dots and they belong to two different characters? It's because of the spacing in between them. You see this space. If the two dots, if you find two dots at any in any word, and if they are joined right next to each other, then they belong to the same letter. If they have space like this, then they belong to two different letters, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is actually a combination of noon and kha. Both have dots on top of them when it comes to the first form. So this is noon, and then you can join it like this line, and then you say, now this is noon ha, but when we put a dot here a bit farther away from this noon and just on the top of kha, this construct here, then it makes it a different letter, which is kha. Let me write that again. So another way of writing is just making it a beautiful line like so. Let me draw it again, and then you join kha with it. So this is noon, and this here is kha. Okay, sometimes you will find, as you see here, you'll find that noon is a bit long and then kha comes down. So this is to clarify it further, noon kha. And then is very interesting word again, ya and ha, because we have already studied ta and ha, and ta has two dots on top of the letter and ya has dots beneath the letter. So now we cover this ya and ha. Let me write that here first, ya and ha, because I know it's ha because these two dots belong to this ya, and then there is nothing else left, so this is empty, which makes it ha. So ya has this form, right, and we just join ha with it. This is one way. I can also write it this way, like so, almost the same but a bit neat. And then there is this way, which is actually shown on the exercise on the right, with the dots appearing somewhere here. And we know that there is no construct, either jim or ha or kha, which has two dots in the middle here. So this is definitely a ha. These two dots don't belong to this construct, right? These two dots belong to this, this vertical line, small little vertical line with the lam like construct here. This is ha. All right, let's move on to the next page, and then we have another interesting word, which is bajim. So let me show some constructs here. Okay, so ba plus jim. Notice ba has the dot beneath it and jim has the dot inside it. Okay, one dot. So when we join them, this becomes ba, and then you can make it like so. This is one way. Then you can also write it ba jim, and the way it's written here in this way of writing, it's like so, with the dot of ba appearing here and the dot of jim appearing in the middle as it appears in its standalone form. And we notice that there is a lot of distance between these two dots. So these two dots belong to two different alphabet. So this one is beneath this line, so this means it's a ba, and this is jim in its full form here, like so, ba jim. Then comes another letter, another word, this is ya and mim. This is fairly easy. This is ya plus mim. Okay, so this becomes ya. We know that ya has this form if it's in the beginning of the word, and mim has this form. So forgive me. Okay, ya mim. So when I'm going to write it, I normally write like so, ya mim. It may sometimes appear like so as well, very rarely, ya mim. Sorry. All right, so ya mim. As you see the very next combination, which is a combination of ba and mim. So ba plus mim equals to first part of ba with the last part of mim. It looks like this. Sometimes this thing looks comes on the top depending on how a person writes. Sometimes it will be at the bottom, like see, like this, ba mim. And sometimes this ba could take this form and take a mim here, ba mim. And this is just a very special way of writing. So this is just calligraphy actually. This is just something, this is just someone who drew it very with some special way. but the most normal way of writing you will see is this one, either this or the short form of meme, which is this one. You've seen it here. This is ba meme, and that actually ends our lesson. So before I stop this video, let me go once more without actually writing anything. So this is going to be a revision. So let's start. Alif, lam alif, lam alif, ba alif, lam alif, lam, lam alif, lam ha, lam alif, ba, lam, ba, kaf, 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 ba, kaf, ba, kaf, alif, kaf, alif, ba, kaf, ta, ta, kaf, sa, ba, ta, sa, noon, ya, ba alif, noon alif, ta alif, ya alif, sa alif, ba sin, ya sin, noon sin, ta sin, sa sin, sa jim, ta ha, noon kha, ya ha, ba jim, ya mim, ba mim. All right, you need to practice them as much as you can, and then we move on to the next lesson. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.